We're on top of breaking news at 6 o'clock out of Winston-Salem. Investigators say someone shot into a car and home while kids were inside. It all happened in broad daylight just after 1:30 this afternoon. Investigators say a woman was in the home on Nancy Lane while a man and two juveniles were in the car. They say someone started shooting, hitting the home and the car. Luckily, no one was injured. There are no details about a suspect yet. We do have a crew on the way out there right now to learn more. We'll bring you updates on WFMY News 2 tonight at 11. Shifting gears now to more winter-like weather. We were just starting to see spring, but winter is really holding on a little longer. Our weather team is tracking more cold and breezy conditions across the area. Let's get to meteorologist Alex Williams with a look at how cold it's going to go.
Yeah, I've got the gloves back on. We're heading the wrong way. We're at 76 degrees just a few days ago. What happened? Well, the colder air has come in on the backside of a very impressive area of low pressure, bringing some issues up the east coast. And this is what it looks like across the Triad this evening. Just beautiful. Really, really pretty. The only fly in the ointment, so to speak, is the wind and the colder temperatures. We did get some rainfall this morning, some beneficial rainfall. Not a whole lot, but we're talking most of us less than about ½ an inch, maybe a little bit more further to the east towards the triangle versus here in the Triad. But we did get the wind gusts well into the 30-mile-an-hour range, into the 40-mile-an-hour range as well. 44-mile-an-hour wind gusts at PTI. And now wind gusts have kind of backed off just a little bit. We're still talking, though, 30-mile-an-hour plus wind gusts, close to 35 and even stronger than that up into the mountains. A lot of us still gusting into the 20s. We're not getting rid of the wind as we lose the daylight and lose the warm temperatures. Well, what warmth we did manage to get today. That'll be gone, escaping up into space. So this is what it feels like with that wind out there, more like the 20s. We're in the upper 30s, and that's going to be something we're going to be dealing with, that wind chill factor, through the next several days. Winter radar showing our system starting to pull towards the east coast, and a very impressive nor'easter, which we'll look at here in just a moment. Live radar still dealing with the northwest flow, snow showers across the Appalachian Mountains, and most of that rain now northeastern North Carolina's issue, not here. But the East Coast, well, nor'easter is definitely bearing down on New England. Look at the expansiveness of the system. Very impressive snowfall rates. Ocean City, New Jersey right now. Looks more like Snow City, New Jersey than Ocean City, New Jersey, but that is what they're dealing with. For us, it'll be the colder temperatures overnight with wind chills falling into the teens as we go late tonight into the early morning hours tomorrow. Forecast highs will be in the low 40s, but again, with the wind gusting at times over 30 miles an hour, it is going to feel much colder as we go through the day, and we're going to continue to keep the wind with us through the day on our Monday. So it's going to feel colder than it actually is. You can see it feeling like the low 30s to upper 20s most of the day, with bitterly cold temperatures feeling more like the teens into the morning. Again, as we go through the overnight, we're going to be struggling with teens. By tomorrow, we don't feel much better through the afternoon, and I think we'll actually see those teens fall right back into place as we go into Tuesday morning. So two very cold feeling mornings. Then we start to warm those temperatures up back to those lower 60s. More rain by Thursday into Friday.
A North Carolina man is dead after officers shot him at President Trump's Mar-a-Lago resort this morning. Investigators say he pointed a shotgun at them. Here's CBS News.
It was around 1:30 Sunday morning when authorities say they confronted a man armed with a shotgun and gas canister who made his way just inside the inner perimeter of Mar-a-Lago, President Trump's Florida estate. The president was in Washington and not at his Florida home.
A deputy and two Secret Service agents on the detail went to that area to investigate. They confronted a white male that was carrying a gas can and a shotgun.
Palm Beach County Sheriff Rick Bradshaw says he pointed the weapon directly at officers.
Only words that we said to him was drop the items, which means the gas can and the shotgun. He put the gas can down and pointed the shotgun at officers.
The man was shot and killed by responding officers. The shooting happened just inside a secure perimeter at the property at the front gate of the state. The FBI is asking people who live near Mar-a-Lago to look over their surveillance camera footage for anything suspicious. Cristian Benavides, CBS News.
Closer to home, investigators in Moore County say a relative of Martin reported him missing just minutes after the shooting. That shooting happened at 1:30 this morning. Get this, deputies say a relative reported him missing at 1:38. They say he had no criminal history. This follows Ryan Ruth, the man who used to live in Greensboro and was convicted for plotting to kill Trump on his golf course in Florida last year. A Secret Service agent spotted Ruth hiding in the fence line holding an assault rifle. He is currently appealing a life in prison sentence. Check out a massive fire at a business in Thomasville today. Crews were called to the Chimtech building just after 11:30 last night. It took almost 5 hours for firefighters to clear the scene. Luckily, no one was inside and no injuries were reported. The cause is still under investigation. The company specializes in fireplace mantles and accessories. 3 people in Winston-Salem are without a home tonight after this fire. The fire department posted this video around 1 o'clock today. It says that it happened on Henry Street. You can see it looks like the back area is totally covered in flames there. They say no one was injured, but 3 people do need a new place to stay. Investigators are still trying to figure out what started that fire. Thousands of postal workers across the country are rallying today for better contracts, including right here in Greensboro. They're calling for increased wages for all employees. They say issues like harassment, poor safety, and constant assault on letter carriers are driving their demands.
We provide essential services as far as medicines, checks, and other things that are wanted and needed by our customers. And we want to be able to do that in a safe manner and also be able to meet the financial needs of our individual employees. Very good.
They say they're working on getting an increase in entry-level pay in order to compete with other mail services. Looking ahead to tomorrow, a busy part of Elm Street downtown could be closed for up to 2 weeks for railroad repairs. It's going to be happening where the tracks cross Elm, right near Hamburger Square. That's where one side of downtown connects to the other. It will be closed to all traffic, including pedestrians. You can't even walk over this thing, but there are detours. You can go under the bridge instead. The city hopes to have the work finished by March 6th. As the partial government shutdown continues, there's confusion tonight over what is open, including TSA PreCheck. Homeland Security said this weekend it was suspending TSA PreCheck and global entry at the airport, but they are now walking that back. TSA tells CBS News the programs are open for now, but if staffing shortages happen, there could be changes on a case-by-case basis. So if you're flying during the partial government shutdown, make sure to leave extra time at the airport. More than 100 couples say they paid thousands of dollars for wedding photography, but out of nowhere, the company suddenly closed down. 2 Wants to Know's Kevin Kennedy spoke with some frustrated brides needing answers.
Sometimes what you see isn't what you get. Holly Christina Photography looks like the perfect company, which is why so many couples book them for weddings. But now many of these brides and grooms are furious.
Right now, a lot of us are out a lot of money, which makes it extremely difficult to book another photographer.
Jensen and Destiny among the more than 114 couples filing a complaint with the Department of Justice. The total amount paid to the company, more than $550,000.
Right now, we're out quite a bit of money, and it's hard to just throw that money at another vendor when we don't really have it.
Their wedding set for August of this year, but calls and emails to coordinate engagement shoots and details went unanswered for months. Dozens of couples now connected on Facebook, sharing their stories with News 2.
We realized that we were all in this together and no one was receiving a response, and that's when we started banding together and trying to figure out what are the next steps.
I recently spoke with almost a half a dozen couples who have hired Holly Christina Photography, but have not heard from her or anyone from the company in months.
The more that things come out, It's when I tell people what's happening, it sounds like I'm making up a story.
Morgan paying Holly Christina more than $6,000, her wedding in April.
Which makes it even more sick and twisted. Like, the more I think about it, the more sick I get.
Morgan paying through Venmo, calling the company for help.
Venmo told me, absolutely not, you're not getting money back.
After months of silence, confusion, and frustration, the company recently posted a notice on its website alerting all clients the business has ceased operations, leaving hundreds of brides and grooms scrambling and angry.
This just kind of seems unreal at this point.
Looking for answers, I went to Holly Christina's home. She answered, but when I introduced myself, she said she was dealing with a medical crisis and went back inside. Her company stating the family has been navigating a serious and unexpected medical emergency and that Holly has been hospitalized twice. After trying to talk with Holly, I did speak with her brother on the phone.
I do feel really, really sorry for the brides that aren't going to be able to get shot from Holly Christina Photography. I don't know nothing about refunds, or I didn't even know she was shutting down the business till I saw the post myself.
These brides and grooms want the best for Holly, but they also want their money back so they can move on with their wedding plans.
By all accounts, this was at one point a good and reputable business. Clearly, things have changed. So let this serve as a reminder to everyone. If you have the ability to pay with a credit card, do so. Jensen and Destiny paid with a credit card. They found out today all of their charges are being reversed. If you can't pay with a credit card, at least hold off in terms of paying everything up front. Wait as long as you can until you make that final payment. Kevin Kennedy, 2 Wants to Know.
The annual Triad Jewish Film Festival starts today in Greensboro. Kicked off at 4 with a showing of An American Tale at the Golden Ticket Cinemas. It follows the documentary The New Jew, which looks at Jewish identity and the community in the United States. This year's theme is Threads of Resilience, Stories That Connect Us. Organizers say the festival brings award-winning films to the Triad and highlights Jewish culture through stories that inspire reflection and conversation. The festival runs through March 7th.
Well, back outside we come into the cold here to kind of show you what we're expecting beyond the next couple of days, right? Breezy cold, we know that, as we go through our Monday. Again, bitterly cold. We're talking it feeling like the teens for the bus stop and for kids as we go into the morning hours tomorrow. And then warming only to maybe around 40 degrees, but it's not going to feel like that. It's going to feel much colder thanks to the wind. Let's show that to you. As we go into the morning hours tonight, maybe you have some dinner plans or doing anything. It's cold. The breeze right now feels cold. I'll probably have the toboggan on before all things are said and done tonight. And then as we head through our Monday, you can see those temperatures in those lower to middle 20s, even some single digits still up into some of the mountain locations. Then by the time we head into our Monday evening, wind relaxing a little bit, but the problem is it's going to get cold. We're going to be in the low 20s, so it won't take much of a breeze to make us feel like the teens once again across the Triad as we go into your Tuesday. So very, very cold the next couple of mornings. This is what the actual weather looks like. There goes our nor'easter up the coast as we go through our Monday, still dealing with that broad northwest wind flow. And then by the time we get to Tuesday evening, starting to change things up, bringing in some clouds, and now starting to bring in the wind from the north and the west, the south and the west, which is going to be a warmer wind. So what does that mean? It means temperatures are going to start to warm for us across the Triad as well. You saw the front there swing through Thursday into Friday. That's going to be our next system, and it looks more really Thursday night overnight into the very, very early hours of our Friday morning. And some intense rainfall with that, maybe a few rumbles of thunder to the south. Doesn't look too impressive for us, but nonetheless something we'll watch. 26 tonight, bitterly cold and breezy as well. Those gusts could still be into the 30s as we go through the next couple of hours, probably cutting down to about the 20-mile-an-hour range through the overnight. Tomorrow, 41. We'll see partly sunny, partly cloudy skies. Windy, it will be cold. Gusts up to 30 miles an hour, of course. Going to feel really, really cold through the day. Then we start to warm up a little bit watching that system Thursday into Friday, and temperatures back maybe to the mid 60s by next weekend.